Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I am going to do a math lesson for you on dividing with decimals. And we're going to do a lot of my favorite thing, which is estimation. And here with me today, I have two special mystery guests. They are Onion and Chips. They're going to be helping me out through this video. So here's your math assignment for the week that you can find in Google Classroom. Please open it up if you didn't already have it open. And you want to do the Freckle exit ticket, and you want to, so go on to Freckle and do the exit ticket. And then, did you guys already do that, Onion and Chips? It's okay if you didn't. I'm just curious.
Maybe.
That's a review of last week's work. So, and if you were stuck on it, you should watch my other YouTube video from last week. And then BrainPop actually has a really good video about dividing decimals. And these are some instructions on how you can get onto it. And then here we are solving the problems, and here we are making this YouTube video. So let's get to it. Step one. First, we're going to round to easy whole numbers and then estimate, and then check our answer by solving the problem. So, Chips, will you please read this problem out loud that I highlighted in blue?
$23.10 divided by 2 equals.
Very good. All right, and we have this dollar sign. So we could say this as $23.10. Will you say it like that too, please? Chips.
What?
We're going to say it with dollars. So you can say it $23.10.
Do I say it?
Yes, please.
$23.10.
Good. So we're going to divide that by 2. Now, when we're doing division and we're keeping track of all these decimals, it can be hard to lose track, and that's why estimation before or after you divide is super helpful. So, for example, in this example problem, what did I round $23.10 to? $23.10 to? I rounded that down to what, Chips?
20.
20 what?
Dollars.
Good. So, because it was a nearby easy whole number, just to make sure that when I'm dividing, I end up with an answer that's in the, that's approximately correct. Okay, so when I divide 20 by 2, I get 10. And then when I solve it out the long way, which we're gonna do, I get $11.55. And that is pretty close. That works. All right, so let's apply that to number 1. Let's get to business here. What is number 1, Onion?
$14.35 divided by 7.
Very good. All right, if we wanted to estimate that, what could we round $14.35 to? Onion.
10.
We could round it to 10. That would be a nearby number. Look at what we're dividing it by, though. We're dividing it by 7. So what would be a nice, easy number to divide by 7? That's very close to $14.35. 14, yeah. That would be very easy. So we're going to estimate it to, if you don't have a divide on your keyboard like I don't, you can just copy and paste the little divide sign. 14 divided by 7, which equals what? Onion.
2.
Great. All right, now we're going to practice solving it out the long way to get our precise answer. All right, so we have, and this I know you cannot do on your computer, but you can do it on scrap paper. I forgot to ask if you guys brought scrap paper. All right, we're going to pause the recording. Everyone at home, if you don't have scrap paper, please go get it. And I'm going to pause the recording and check in with my special guests. Zoom. Okay, both the mystery guests have scrap paper. I hope you do too. We are going to continue. So we're doing $14.35 divided by 7. All right, now when we divide with a decimal, we're actually just going to go ahead and put the decimal right up here in the same spot where it was. And then we're going to do our long division as normal. So how many times does 7 go into 1? Doesn't go. So we need to go to the next number over, which is the 4. How many times does 7 go into 14? Chips. How many times does 7 go into 14?
I guess 2.
Great. So we put our 2 here above the 4. This is where it gets tricky. Do not put it above the 1 because we didn't divide 1 by 7. We divided 14 by 7. So you need to put it above the 4. Great. It goes in 2 times. Exactly. So we have, because 2 times 7 is 14, so we take that away. We have 0. I want to erase my little line there. Okay, great. And what do we do next in long division? Onion, what's the next step?
You bring the other number down.
Good. I bring the next number down, so I'm going to bring down this 3. How many times does 7 go into 3, Onion?
0.
0. So we put our big 0 up here above the 3. Okay. Now what do we do next? Chips, what do we do next? Do you know?
I guess I lost my mind.
Yeah, no problem. So Onion was saying, here, keep yourself unmuted. You're going to say this next answer. We brought down 3 was what we did. Remember, that was our next step. So now we're going to bring down what?
5.
5. Oh, the reason why that looks like not enough space is because I didn't do all of this step technically. 7 times 0 is 0. It went in 0 times. You don't actually have to do this step if you don't want to. Now we bring down the 5. Great. And now we have 35. How many times does 7 go into 35? I'll take a hand. Do you guys remember how to do the digital hand raising?
Yes. I don't know.
Okay, no problem.
Let me try.
Your voice disguises are so funny, you two. All right, it's if you go to participants, you can get to the the hand raising. Although with Onion on this one, how many times does 7 go into 35?
I think 5.
That is correct. 7 times 5 is 35. And exactly. So we have nothing left over. So how much, if we had, and I didn't make up a word problem for this, but let's say 7 friends went to the store and they spent $14.35 on snacks and they all wanted to chip in the right amount. We could have said, all right, everyone should chip in about $2. That's about how much everyone needs to chip in. And then when we solve it the long way, we found out what was our precise answer, our exact answer, Onion? I'm sorry, yeah, Onion?
$2.05.
Good. So that's what we're gonna put here for our answer. $2.05. Very good. All right, you're dividing with decimals. You're all doing great. I'm going to clear this so you can rewind or pause the video if you want to copy it down still. All right, next up. What is this problem, Chips?
$405 divided by 10 equals.
Good. Now, what could be a story we could make up about this one? $405 divided by 10. That's a lot of money, $405. It's hard to make up a story when it's so much. Onion, do you mean to have your hand raised? No. Yeah, we don't want this video to be too long. We'll work on story making another time. But the go-to with all these ones where it's a big amount of money divided up is we could say that someone was saving up money to buy a car and they had $405 saved up. And if they saved the same amount every year and they'd been saving for 10 years, how much should they save every year? Something like that. Okay. So we want to get an estimate about how much money did they save every year. We're going to divide it by 10. 10's already an easy number. What are we going to divide? What could we round 405 to get a good estimate? What would make this an easier number to work with? Chips, what do you think? What could we round 405 to?
Well, I thought 45.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. 45 though would be we'd be adjusting the place value too much. That would be, it's similar numbers, but it would be quite far from 405 on the number scale. Like if we've got, I bet a lot of folks at home were thinking that too, so I'm glad you said something. We've got 0. Okay, let's see if I can make this somewhat even. Okay, 100, 200, 300, 400. Oh my gosh. So sloppy. Okay. Stop me when I get to 405. Can you see the little pencil?
I can.
Okay, great. All right, stop me when I get to 405. And at home you can do it too.
Stop.
Good. I was having trouble with my mouse, so I kind of stopped on an accident. Yes. Right here, really close to the 400. It's probably more like even there. That's 450, right there. Okay. Yeah, 405 is up here. Now stop me when I get to 45. Yeah, 45 is really close to 50, which is right here in between 0 and 100. So 45 is not going to be a good number to round 405 to. Now that you see it like this, what is a nice big number? I shouldn't say easy because it might be a big number, so it might be kind of hard to think about, but it's easy, a number that's easier than 405. And so easier number to work with. What are you thinking, Chips? Can you see what would be a number nearby that would be easier to work with?
400.
Yeah, very good. 400 is what we'd want to round this to. So our estimate, and we'll keep 10 the same, is 400 divided by 10. So about how much money did this person save every year? How do we do dividing by 10? What's our easy trick for that? Do either of you remember?
I know the answer.
What's the answer, Onion?
Is it 40?
Yes, it is. It's 40, very good. So how'd you get that?
Because 10 times 40 is 400.
Good. How do you know that?
Because when you multiply by 10, you add another 0 for every other 0.
Very good. And the same thing is true when you divide by 10. It's the opposite. So when we divide by 10, we can take away the 0. Or not take away, that sounds like subtract. We remove the 0. We're moving the decimal point from here. Instead of it being there, we're moving it over one slot to here. So it becomes 40. All right. Great. 400 divided by 10 is 40. I am going to set this up now for solving it the long way. Let's see what we get. $405 divided by 10. All right, I'm gonna set you all free. Onion and Chips, I want you to give this a try on your own. Everybody at home, I want you to pause it and try this on your own. It's a little tricky, it's a little different than the last one. So we'll see what you get. Okay, we're back. All right, so Chips, you're gonna help me first. 10 does not go into 4. So we're gonna go one digit over to 40. How many times does 10 go into 40?
4.
Great. I should use some more colors. It goes in, it goes in 4 times. Why am I putting the 4 here above the 0, Chips?
Because of the, you can't do it by the 4, but from 40 you can. So you have to put the 4 on top of the 0.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So 4 times 10 is what?
40.
And then what do I do with these two? What operation do I do here? I'm going to
minus it.
Subtract. Good. Minus. 40 minus 4 is
0.
good. I'm going to need some more room. Okay. 0. Great. And what is the next step that I do in long division, Chip?
You put the 5 on the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Bring down that 5. All right. I'm just going to use every color in the box. All right. Now, can 10 go into 5?
No.
No.
It doesn't. So what should I put up here above the 5?
Chipperman.
0.
Mm-hmm. A 0 because it goes in 0 times. 10 times 0 is 0. We subtract. Again, this part is optional. And we have 5. All right, now what do we do? We're kind of in a sticky situation. We could, if we were doing another type of problem, we could put remainder 5. But we don't want to do that. We want to get a precise number. We want to know exactly how much money was saved every year. And we're working with decimals now, so we can do it. Onion, what should I do?
You should put a decimal point on the right side of the 5.
Yeah, why can I put a decimal point there?
So we can go into decimals.
So we can go into decimal land. Yes, we know that it's 40 wholes and some amount. And we need to figure out how much. Good. And this was 405 wholes. And so we didn't need to have a decimal. But if we want to go into decimal land, we can put a decimal here at the end of the whole number. So 405 wholes. We didn't change the value of the number. We're just getting more specific by adding a decimal. And then what would we put after the decimal?
A 0.
0. And yeah? Everyone at home with me too? 405 is equal to 405.0. Is that right, Chips? Those are equal to each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't change the value. We're just being specific and including the 0.0, but those are equal to each other. All right, great. So now this helps us out big time. So what do we do? Now, Chips, what was our step before? You said we'd bring the 5 down. So what do you think we're going to do with this 0?
You put it down
Yeah,
again.
great. And so now what number are we working with here?
0. I mean 50.
Very, very good. You're keeping up these voices. So great, you two. Ooh, but there's something important I forgot. I'm going to go back to my green pen. If we're adding the decimal here, where else should we put a decimal? Thinking back to problem number 1. When we're doing long division with a decimal,
I know.
what do we do, Onion?
After the 40 also.
Up here, yes, in our dividend, our answer. I'm sorry, our quotient. This number is the dividend. Up here, our answer is the quotient. Yeah, and I'm putting it in exactly the same place value. Whew, this is why we're estimating, because it's hard to keep track of all of these place values sometimes. So we want to check our answer with the estimation. Okay, but you are rocking it. Yes. So this is where the decimal goes. Now, back to the blue pen, back to 50, like Chips said. All right, Chips, how many times does 10 go into 50?
5.
Great. Where do I put the 5?
On which one?
Well, we've answered
Oh
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
On 40. And on top of 405.
Good. On top, right here.
Yeah.
So I put the 5 here. 5 times 10 is 50. Subtract. 0. Woohoo! We're in the clear. So we have this answer right here that we can type over here. We get 40. How would you say this answer? There's a few ways we could say it. What's one of them?
Which one?
This answer, our beautiful answer up here that we worked.
I guess $40.05, like you said first time.
She's putting it with dollars. I like it. Now here is the ultimate question. Is this 5 cents or
No.
is this? Oh, well, how much cents do you think it is?
50 cents.
Interesting. Why
What
do
did you say?
Say it again, Onion.
50 cents.
50 cents?
Yeah. So remember, cents are out of 100, right? Every dollar is broken into 100 cents. So we're gonna be in the 100th place. This is the 10th place, and this is the 100th place, right? So that's one way to think about it. Every time we write cents, we need to have 2 digits. We need to have a 10th place and a 100th place. How would we write? And so Onion's right, it's $40.50. How would we write $40.05? How would that be written differently?
It would be 40.05.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I forgot there was supposed to be a 0 before the 5.
You are not the only one. People forget this all the time. We talked about it in class. Now I think it's you're remembering, but that was months ago. So you are not going to be the only one that forgets. And it's really helpful that you said something, Chips. And it's really helpful that you explained it. I mean, you two are a wonderful team. So yes, when we're talking about cents, it's the 100th place. So this would be $40.05. I loved how, Chips, you put it into, so that's why I drew a not equal sign here with the dash, the line through it, but now it's just missing. Okay. So that's what we're going to put for our answer. I really, really like, Chips, how you said the answer with dollars. $40.50. Now, is that close to our estimation? Either of you can answer.
Onion, you can go.
Yes.
Yeah, what was our estimation?
Our estimation was 40.
Yeah, and I should have put the dollar sign there too. Very good. Now you're going to use those same skills to help you do number 3. Estimate and solve. And then we have 2, I shouldn't show the problems, the names, to keep it private, but we have 2 word problems with people whose birthdays were this month. So you can check those out and give them a try in the problem, and then let me know how it goes for you, okay? So everyone's going to type in their answers and then click turn in on this document in Google Classroom. Onion and Chips, do you have any questions for me while we're still recording?
No.
I guess not.
Okay. Special thanks to Onion and Chips. Special thanks to everyone watching at home. Thank you for trying hard on something new. I'm happy to do a part 2 and go over the rest of the questions. If you want help, please let me know. I don't think everyone can see it. Maybe you can, but Onion and Chips are giving thumbs up and lots of clapping symbols. And keep up all the hard work, everybody. Let me know how I can help you.